look in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now, because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about today is modern women, black women in particular, who have multiple baby daddies. I want to ask a question. Well, I know my answer. But do you think if a woman has more than one baby daddy or multiple baby daddies, many children from many different men, that she has a mental disorder or some kind of mental sickness? In my most humble opinion, I believe so. Okay, I really do. Something wrong with that. And this video is for educational purposes. And let me go ahead and get into the first clip. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about, I want you to see how women want to justify being a baby mama to so many men and at the same time expect you to accept that and just move along with them. Okay. So hold on 1 second. I'll put on your screen. 1 second. Yeah, there it is. All right. Now let's get it.
You already know we're talking about you.
Right.
Let's go ahead and take a look at your journey on Pop the Balloon.
How many kids you got?
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yep.
How many baby daddies?
I have 3.
You got 3 baby daddies.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay. How many kids you have?
I have 2.
How many baby daddies?
2.
2? Okay. So you didn't think after the first one that you wanted to marry the next one?
No.
No? How many kids you have?
Preference. I have 3.
You have
25,
3?
18, and 12.
Okay. How many baby daddies?
2.
2. Okay. But I just want you to understand, when it comes to a man of top tier, we give you a few from one man. If you have multiple from a different man, that disqualifies yourself.
I'm going to tell you like this. Sometimes we don't even give you a chance to have a few from one man. Look here, man. A woman is not supposed to have more than one baby daddy at all. At all. You're supposed to have children by one man, and that man shouldn't be a baby daddy. It should actually be your husband. But if it didn't work out that way, you should not have children by multiple. You shouldn't have 2. I don't care what you say. You should only have one man who give you offspring. That's it. Okay, I know it pisses people off, but look here. It makes no sense to create all these different types of families, all these different individual family units, and then think everything's okay. Now, let's say you was a woman. See, I don't believe in this. Everybody make mistakes. We made mistakes. No, you made bad choices. You made bad judgment calls, and you're suffering the repercussions and the consequences of your actions. That's what that is, okay? Now, a mistake is like 2 + 2 = 12, and you really thought it. No. You made so many choices before you got pregnant. You chose to talk to him. You chose to sleep with him. You chose to have unprotected intercourse with him. You chose to have the child, and then you stopped that. It didn't work out, and you did the same. You repeated the same choices over with the next man, and then you stopped that, and then you repeated the same choices over with the next man. That is not a mistake. Those are deliberate choices that you're making, okay? And you mad at the world because you're too slow to understand that's not the way to go. That don't make any type of sense whatsoever, okay? You only supposed to have one man who's supposed to be the father of your children. And the thing is, there are women who don't have children, y'all. There are women from mid-20s to 30s. I met these women. It just seemed like it's harder to find them in the black community or America, period. But what I've noticed is you find more women between that age range, if they from a different culture, a different country that stay out here. I'm in Houston, they don't have them babies like that because in their family, it's considered to be shameful to have multiple baby daddies, okay? In our culture, or just even in American culture, it's highly accepted to be that way. It's not normal. It's abnormal. It is sickening. It is wrong. Period. You're not supposed to be having 1 baby daddy, 2 baby daddies, 3 baby daddies, 4. I knew a woman who had 8 children from 6 or 7 baby daddies, and she was pregnant again last time I seen her years back. So she probably had about 9. Hell, she might have 10 or 12 now. There's something wrong with that. Now, let's say you are a woman who, quote unquote, made mistakes and you cleaned your life up and you decided to do better and you got everything right. Even though you've changed your ways and gotten everything right, you still disqualify yourself from a man who has no children, who does well in life. He don't want to deal with all them kids. He don't want to deal with them baby daddies either. Okay? Even if he has children, he still don't want to deal with a woman who has more children than him and multiple baby daddies. When you get a woman who has multiple baby daddies, you're not really in a monogamous relationship. You're almost an inch away from being a polygamist because her baby daddies will always have some type of accessibility to her. No man on this planet would actually say that they want to deal with a woman who has men that have accessibility to her. They might be banging her still, or even if not that, if they're active baby daddies, he gonna be calling about school supplies, gonna be checking on the kid, gonna be texting her, calling her, may show up in places like that. Or are you gonna be comfortable knowing that your woman has a man that she used to sleep with and had children with, meeting your woman, calling your woman, texting your woman? See, women, you better understand this. No matter how much you want us to accept this, it's not gonna ever be accepted. You got men who will do it, but men are always going to look down upon you for having more than one baby daddy, period. I'm just letting you know. They'll sleep with you, but a lot of them do not want to be with you. And it's because of your children. It's because of your kids. They may be the sweetest thing on the planet, but they don't want them kids. Every man wants their own kid, man. Let's keep going.
He said nothing wrong. Like, it devalued.
Okay, now, I'm going to show the other part of that interview. Give me a second, I'll pull it up, man. But yeah, that's what it is. Excuse me, y'all. Trying to find it for you. But yeah, y'all got to close your leg a little bit sometime. I mean, shoot, close your leg. So like women's legs open out for money, just for money, and they do it raw. They don't care what happens. As long as they get what they want out you. Hold on. There it is. I'm sorry, y'all. Apology for the time delay here. Trying to pull it up. I got so many different things on this computer working. But there it is. Okay. Now listen to what this gentleman says, because he's right too. And y'all women need to start listening to the men who tell you that we don't want it. And this woman gonna show you a classic example of cognitive dissonance, where she wants to believe that reality should be what she wants it to be, and that men should accept her for being a mustard back heifer who breeds.
He said nothing wrong. Like, it devalues the woman when you go through multiple men and have multiple baby daddies. We don't want to deal with that. If you got 3 kids and 3 baby daddies, it's like, damn, your decision-making skills are horrible.
Right.
Y'all forget that y'all the ones who playing right there. And then y'all forget that I'm 41 years old. I got a 25-year-old child. So you're basing your perception of me from 25 years ago.
Come on.
I'm not that person I'm not that kid that I was 25 years ago.
Speak on.
That's what I said a while ago. Just because you clean yourself up and it happened 25 years ago does not take away the consequence that have followed you 25 years ago, which are in the forms of your children. That don't care. I'm gonna tell you something else too. Your past ain't always in the past. People want to say that shit all the time. No, that's the past. No, I'm gonna tell you something. Your past is in your present too. When you get in trouble with the law, when you get a felony, and you got the felony 5 years ago, to this very day, even though you got caught and got a felony 5 years ago, to this very day, it's still going to be hard for you to get certain types of employment. But that happened 5 years ago. That's in my past. There are people who don't give a fuck about that. There are people who look at what your consequences are, okay? You got a jail record, you got a felony and stuff like that. That's the consequence. That's the negative stigma that's going to follow you till whatever time. And they look at the consequence. They don't look at your past mistakes. They don't see it as mistakes. They see it as bad decisions. And they will judge your character based on your decision. Like this man just told her, you got 3 baby daddies, 3 babies and stuff. He's like, yo, that tell me a lot about your decision-making process. It's messed up, but it happened 25 years ago. People still judge you to this day on your past. Now, there's some things in your past you can leave in your past, and it don't matter what nobody thinks about it. But this is not one of them. Even though you want them to think like that, when we see those little snot-nosed kids come around here, we still see them. See, that your past is a part of our present, because we're dealing with you. Then presently, we got to deal with those kids too. Even if it happened 25 years ago that you got pregnant. Is it making sense to you? We don't care about your excuses, because that's what they do. It's an excuse. You are now suffering the repercussions and the consequences of your action. And you may say, I love my children. That's good. You're supposed to love your children. He ain't supposed or obligated to love your children. The only one that's supposed to love your children is you and the man that helped make those children. Okay, you can't force that on nobody else. You want to, but you can't. Let's keep going.
Was 25 years ago.
Speak on.
And I'm not that young adult that I was 25 years ago. I've grown from that. I've healed from that. I now make better choices, better decisions,
Right.
and I live more of a healthy love life, you know,
Right.
than I did then.
Don't
so
care.
you're going to tell me, oh, well, you got this many kids. I can't date you.
No,
oh,
it's not.
but that happened 25 years
It's
ago.
not the number of
At what
kids.
point are you going to give grace? Like, at how long are you going to?
You are not entitled to a man's grace. No one owes you, like Kevin said, no one owes you understanding. No one owes you sympathy or empathy. It's nice to give that. That's a blessing to receive those things if they have the good heart to do it. But people are not required to move the way you want them to move. People are not required to perceive you the way that you want them to perceive you. Unfortunately, you have placed yourself in a situation of being a single parent mom, which has a negative stigma that follows it. You can't erase that. You can't change that. And the reason why men feel that way, because it is in our nature to want to have our own family, our own family unit, our own children, our own wives, our own houses. That's what we want. We'll wake up in the morning and want to conquer the world. Ain't no man on this planet ever woke up and said, you know what? I hope I find me a woman that got 7 or 8 baby daddies and 30 children. Boy, I can't wait to get one. I got to make love to her and make another baby daddy out of it for me and have another child. Oh, baby, I can't wait to wake up next morning and get to meet all the baby daddies. That's not how it works. That ain't how the life works. It ain't. Now, regardless of you accepting it or not, or you walking in this delusional mindset of cognitive dissonance, that's up to you. That's you, okay? That ain't us.
I don't want to use the word punish, for lack of better words, a woman for her past.
It's
like
not
Brian came out and said, I don't judge a woman from their past.
And
We
then
all
judge.
make mistakes. And then he basically just flat out judged.
That's the gentleman's preference. We're not judging you for how many kids.
Yeah.
It's how many baby fathers you got. If you
Okay.
get with a guy, and I'm 40 years old per
Yeah.
se, and I have 8 kids by 6 different women,
Yeah.
that says something.
And then everybody's situation
Yeah.
is different.
That
Like
part.
4
we all
kids
have
and
different
4 baby
circumstances.
daddies.
But that's not
3 kids.
There is no such thing as everybody's situation. Well, I take it back. If someone forced themselves upon a woman and she get pregnant that way, yeah, but that's a very small percentage. All the rest of the situations are completely the same. You laid on your back, put your heels in the air, let somebody beat it up without any type of protection. You got pregnant and you did it again and you did it again and you did it again. There is no difference there. Only thing may be different is the size of the pipe that was put in you. That's it. Everything else was the same. So stop making up these excuses.
What
Kids
it
and 3
was, I
baby
have
daddies.
my children. I have by 2 different men, and I was in a 12-year relationship that was abusive. I escaped that by God's grace. I give thanks.
So he was beating it up and beating your ass at the same time. Now, they often say things like, I was in a relationship for X amount of years. It doesn't matter because those relationships did not come with matrimony. If you say I had 4 kids, but in each of these relationships, I was in there for 8 years apiece, that still don't mean shit because there was nobody married. You get what I'm saying here? That is just an excuse.
Every day. And so when I moved on to the next relationship, I'm just looking for something better than what I had. And just because it was better doesn't mean it was for me. So when I realized this isn't for me, should I marry this man just because society is going to look at me like I'm a failure as a mother or as a woman? Or no, should I keep?
Should you, look here. That should have been a question that you asked yourself before you got pregnant. Should you marry the man? Why are you going to wait till after you have the children and a family and then be like, should I marry this man? You see how silly you sound?
Going and look for what is really for me. I'm not going to
having
say
kids
that
by
I've
this
made
man?
all the best decisions as a young adult. I never said I made the best decisions.
And that's
but-
what we're referring to, the
Yeah.
decision-making skills.
Yeah, that's now. Yeah, that's in the past. So you're not gonna meet a woman and she tell you she stole a candy bar at 14 years old. Oh no, I can't do that. I don't do thieves.
She's always
she,
a thief.
Yeah, she was.
See, that's that dumb shit. See, when women do that, they try to soothe their own self, their own ego. Comparing having children to stealing a candy bar is not, that's the dumbest shit in the world. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Women who do shit like that, who say stuff like that, they try to belittle the situation, try to lessen the blow or the impact or the sting of the consequence or the perception of them. They'll say things like that and try to make it correlative to what's really going on, but you can't. You can't do that. You can't compare that to a living, breathing child and baby daddies, okay? That's the way they try to pull you away from reality. That's a way of trying to get you to agree with them. That's a way to make themselves feel better. Like, yeah, the world see me as this, but in my world, I create my own narrative, and this is the situation. This is the reason why. These are the reasons why, and this is why you should believe me. This is why you should accept me for my past decision. Unfortunately, man, there's some decisions that you can't undo, and that's one of them. You dig what I'm saying? Anyway, You have a good one, man, and you let me know what you think about this topic, man. I'll be talking to y'all later on. Now, you take it easy now, yeah?